Hey everyone, today I want to talk about the 2013 film We're the Millers. I have also written and reviewed this, so there will be a link to that in the below bar as well as information about social media and things. Now, this film, I really wasn't sure what to expect. The only reason I initially saw it was because of Jennifer Aniston. I am a great fan of Aniston's work, so kind of had to see this. But when I read the plot description on IMDb beforehand, I kind of thought, this doesn't really sound like it's going to be something for me at all. But let me tell you this, it is probably one of my favourite films that I have seen in 2013, and definitely one of my favourite of Aniston's films. It's absolutely fantastic. So David is a drug dealer, but at the very beginning of the film, he loses his money, he loses all of the drugs. He has to find a way to get himself out of this situation. So when he visits his big bad friend Brad, and that character Brad is, I don't like him. I like what he brings to the film, but he's a bit uncomfortable to watch because you just want to punch him in the face. But I guess that adds to the beauty of the film. David ends up travelling all the way to Mexico to become an international drug smuggler in order to get money. And the only way he can do that, without getting caught and searched, is to create a fake family. And that is where the Millers comes in. The Millers is the family that he creates to get over the border, which I think is quite an interesting concept. Probably doesn't give out the best of messages for anybody trying to smuggle drugs. It's probably giving them an idea that it shouldn't, but that aside, I think that's a really interesting concept, very unique for a film in this genre. I'm imagining it's been done loads in a lot more action films, but for a comedy film, in my experience, it's quite an individual thing. In that aspect, I thoroughly enjoy. I think the way it unfolds works well. But that's what scared me initially. I thought it's going to be about drugs, it's going to be a really dark film. Is it really going to be that funny? It is absolutely hilarious. It's not dark much, I was going to say most of the time and much at the same time. It's not too dark. There are moments, of course, to help the narrative progress. There are moments where people's lives could be in a bit of danger, which I suppose helps them kind of say, you're not really supposed to create a fake family to smuggle stuff across the border. So it's not giving out too much of a negative message, I suppose. But it is very, very funny. The script is written by 4 people as far as IMDb suggests. Bob Fisher, Steve Faber, Sean Anders, John Morris. And you can kind of tell if that is correct and all 4 have collaborated for this screenplay. You can tell that a lot of work has gone into the script. I mean, visually it's a brilliant film. It's directed by Rawson and Thurber. And visually it is stunning. There are a lot of kind of bright colours and they quickly contrast with darker settings, and it worked really well. But for me, and I think for a lot of people, it is the script that makes the film absolutely fantastic. There are one-liners that are hilarious, but it's also with the progression of the narrative that things just build and become more amusing. And then you have the character performances, which makes it absolutely golden. The 4 main cast members, I think, are just superb. The Millers, the casting of the Millers has worked really well. I am familiar with 2 of the cast members and 2 not. Jennifer Aniston plays Rose. And I suppose some people will have an issue with the fact that it's quite similar to other roles she plays. It's a woman who is troubled, but she's also got quite a strong personality, and a lot of Aniston's characters are like that. But it works well, and she is a stripper. And I know that the trailer teases Aniston's main stripper scene. It's interesting. It's very fun to watch, and I did enjoy it, and it's done very well. It's done not too sleazily, but at the same time, you can see it's kind of, it's raunchy, it's good, I like it. Emma Roberts plays Casey. To be honest, I prefer what she wears in the beginning of the film to what she wears later on, but that'll make sense when you see it. I hadn't seen her in anything since Unfabulous, and I was like 12 when I watched Unfabulous, so it's quite interesting to see her act now. Will Poulter plays Kenny, and yeah, Kenny is a brilliant character. He's just so lovable, so likeable, so relatable as well, and he does bring a lot of humour and a lot of comedy to it. I think out of all 4 main characters, he's the one to watch for character development. The way he grows and progresses throughout the film is, for me personally, the outcome I desire. So that was great. Jason Sudeikis, am I pronouncing that right? I hope so. Plays David, and he's brilliant for the lead role. He works fantastically. The character, when I read the description, I thought I would hate. I was like, I'm not going to get on board with this character. It's going to ruin the film. I loved him. He's brilliant. He's really good. So the film itself, absolutely hilarious, brilliantly directed, fantastic cast, wonderful characters, brilliant development. It works really well. There are a lot of dimensions going on in there. It's not just a straight narrative. There are loads of different things making it exciting, and I think that's the beauty of the film. And more importantly, you have bloopers over the credits, and the very last blooper to play, which I'm not going to spoil it, but the very last blooper, which is towards Jennifer Aniston, it floored me because I wasn't expecting it, so that's great. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on We're the Millers. I've talked for longer than I wanted to. Do check out the written review and anything else in the below bar. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!